Welcome to Divorce Source Radio, your free audio source for information related to divorce. I'm Steve Peck. Today's program is titled Parental Alienation. Parental alienation is a widely recognized form of child abuse that affects millions of children every year in the United States and around the world. We'll have an expert speaker here with us. Joseph Goldberg will help us better understand this. But first, I want to read a definition of what parental alienation actually is, because honestly, I don't think a lot of our listeners know. And there's even the possibility that some of you might be having this problem right now with your own child. Now, I also want to prepare our listeners for the fact that you may also have a good friend or even a member of your own family who's struggling with this problem. And for some of you, there'll be the chance that after listening to this program, you may later say to yourself, hey, this is exactly what I went through as a child. So just what is the meaning of parental alienation? I want to read and paraphrase what Wikipedia says about this childhood condition. Here's what they say. Parental alienation occurs during the time frame of a divorce or a separation. This condition is identified when a child expresses unjustified hatred or unreasonable dislike of a parent and aligns with one parent they prefer. Parental alienation makes a rejected parent's access and relationship with the child difficult or impossible to maintain. In the formation of this condition, the child's feelings may be influenced by bad-mouthing and undermining comments spoken by the aligned or favored parent. So that's a loose definition of what we're talking about today. Now, to learn more about parental alienation, I'd like to introduce my guest. His name is Joseph Goldberg, and he's an expert in the field. Joe is a parental alienation consultant, assisting mental health professionals, family law attorneys, and their respective clients with problems involving parental alienation and parental alienation syndrome. In addition to his work as a consultant, Mr. Goldberg is also the founder of the Canadian Symposium for Parental Alienation Syndrome, or CSPAS. The CSPAS is the largest educational organization in the world addressing parental alienation issues. His organization puts on conferences for mental health professionals, family law attorneys, child abuse investigators, and family mediators. Mr. Goldberg is an educator and a father who's experienced parental alienation firsthand. He was a victim of parental alienation as a child, and his conference in the spring of 2009 was the feature story on the front page of the National Post newspaper. He's the author of many articles on parental alienation and a guest on numerous radio shows. Joe, I want to begin by thanking you for all you do. It's such important work. You're helping children all over the world afflicted with this condition. And I know you're busy. You've got a hectic schedule between your practice and the international conferences. So thanks for taking the time to be a guest on Divorce Source Radio.
Well, thank you, Steve. It's a pleasure to be here, and I appreciate the good work that you do as well.
Thank you. Joe, I know you've provided some audio clips from leading experts in the field of parental alienation, and we're going to get to those in a few minutes. But first, Joe, I'd like you to tell me about your organization, the Canadian Symposium for Parental Alienation Syndrome.
Well, the CSPAS is an educational organization. We host international conferences on the topic of parental alienation. The conferences are largely dedicated to updating mental health professionals and family law lawyers, but parents are also invited to attend. We also have a free online referral service to assist the public in finding mental health professionals and family lawyers who have an expertise in this field of psychology and family law.
Mm-hmm. So while doing research for this show, I checked out your website, and I noticed that many of the speakers affiliated with your organization are some of the leading doctors in the field of psychological research on this topic of parental alienation. Talking huge names here, people like Dr. Amy Baker, Dr. Michael Bone, Dr. Doug Darnell, Dr. Terrence Campbell, Dr. Caddy, Dr. Major, Dr. Lorandos, Dr. Sauber, Dr. Warren Klein, Dr. McKay, and there was a bunch more out there too, all leading doctors in their field. And I've also heard that many of the doctors affiliated with your organization actually provide treatment solutions for children who've been hurt by this form of abuse. Is that true, Joe?
Well, not only the treatment solutions, but other services as well. For example, some of the doctors provide psychological evaluations for the court. Some provide parenting coordination services, and others provide expert witness testimony as well.
Mm-hmm. But wow, I was really impressed, though, by the list. And what about for our listeners, if they want to get in touch with one of these speakers, how would they do that?
Well, that's very easy, Steve. Anyone that wants more information about the speakers that present at our conferences can very simply go to our website, which is, of course, www.cspas.ca. And all the speakers that present at the conferences have their biographies posted online.
All right, great. Joe, I'm going to ask you some more questions, and we're going to incorporate some of those audio clips you provided. So let me begin by asking, when people go through a high-conflict divorce or when they get separated, how would a parent know if they have a parental alienation problem with their child, and what should parents be on the lookout for to identify this problem?
Parents that have alienated children once upon a time had a close and bonded relationship with the child. When that love and connection starts to slip away for very unjustified reasons, that parent knows that something has happened, even if they don't know or understand what parental alienation is all about. One of the speakers at our conference was Pamela Richardson. Her son was a victim of parental alienation syndrome, and I believe that you have one of her clips. She does an excellent job of helping people identify this problem. So, Steve, if you'd like to play that clip, I think it could help your listeners better understand.
All right, great.
Children who are undergoing alienation live with constant fear. The alienating parent targets the bond between the other parent and the child and breaks it by making access time with the parent simply fade away. This is done, at least in the beginning with me, right under my nose. Various games kept Dash and I from speaking freely on the telephone. I would be told that Dash was out, but then a quiet little voice on the other headset would say, "I'm right here, Dad." Other times, Dash and I would chat happily away. Then Dash would hear the front door open and say, "I've got to go," and hang up. Physical times are targeted. Time is simply lost. And the reason seems so reasonable, but for the pattern underlying it all. Friday nights wiped out because of soccer practice. Wednesday dinner because the child is tired from school and homework. Saturdays because there's a party, a sleepover, a dinner party. Most of these will be contrived, and it will work only one way. Alienated parents find that it is only them that give up the access time for soccer, homework, sleepovers, and parties. Sometimes it's more overt. And I was told by another mother in the neighborhood that a cry would go up when I would arrive to pick up Dash. "Dash, it's your mom. Run and hide. You don't want to go with her." Whatever methods are employed, it is always the alienated parent that loses time. The other parent always gains it. So despite having the access order for 50% of Dash's time, I soon went months without seeing him. When Dash was 11, I saw him a total of 24 hours that whole year.